Chaitanyamishwaram. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 3. What is the chapter name? Canto 4, Creation of the Fourth Order.
I think it is Vidura and
Talks between Lord Shiva and Sati.
Satya.
Yeah. And yesterday we had a beautiful class by His Grace Srinivas Hari Prabhu.
Yeah.
One second.
Which was he did?
Hare Krishna, don't no problem. I started class. Okay, you take your time. No problem. Hare Krishna. Kamala is sending message. I stuck up in time.
Which was fourth canto, third chapter?
Second verse, bro. Verse 2. You took only one verse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yada Bisikto Dakshutu Brahmana Paramestinam Prajapatinam Sarvesham Adipatye Smayo Abhavid Yada Bisikto Dakshastu Brahmana Paramestinam Prajapatinam Sarvesham Adipatye Smayo Abhavid. When translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. When Lord Brahma appointed Daksha, the chief of all Prajapatis, progenitors of population, Daksha became very much puffed up. Purport. Although he was envious and was inimical towards Lord Shiva, Daksha was appointed the chief of all Prajapatis. That was the cause of all his excessive pride. When a man becomes too proud of his material possessions, he can perform any disastrous act, and therefore Daksha acted out of false prestige that is described in this chapter. So, from the last chapter, we are continuing these pastimes of Daksha Prajapati, who is the progenitor, one of the prime progenitor after Swayambhava Manu and Swayambhava Manu's son. So this is the next second generation progenitor, we can say, because Lord Brahma is not original creator, he is a secondary creator. Though he is a secondary creator, all his sons were Manasaputras. The reason is he did not go through the process of material offspring, like because he did not have a partner. So, but then later, all right from Swayambhava Manu, he married to Shatarupa, and then here's 15th daughter of Atri Muni. One of the daughter of Khardav Muni, Devahuti was given to Daksha. And Daksha's children, 15th daughter was Sati, which is given to Lord Shiva. So this was the history we were reading in the first chapter. Here, he is following his orders of his grandfather and father to bring up the progeny, and so he became a progenitor or Prajapati.
So progenitors, not progenitors. Progenitors.
Sorry, Prabhu?
Progenitors, not progenitor. Progenitors.
Progenitors. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Progenitor means bringing up the population, generally to populate with the So there is a big difference between these two words, no, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Prabhu. So it's a material position. With this position, everyone gets pride. That's what here is saying.
Yeah.
But the prime demigods, Lord Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, who is the expansion of the Lord, all are in a very elevated position, and these Prajapatis should have a complete respect for them. But once we get a material possession, then we forget. That's what here Daksha Prajapati also showing. In modern day life, if we see, many temple needs lot of Lakshmi for their renovation or development, temples and all that. And then the model businessmen, people, they sponsor money and their name becomes so big. We can, one of the classic example we can say, in every city where there is in Calcutta it is there, Bombay is there, Ahmedabad it is there, the temple called Birla Mandir. Birla Mandir, it is, Birla is not the one worshipped there. It is Lakshmi Narayan or all Narayan temples only. But the temples are still now, it's called Birla Mandir. So this is actually the classic example of excessive pride comes out of money. We'll go to next verse, Prabhu. The purport is very less. Verse number 3.
Yeah.
Istva swa vajapayena brahmastan abhibhuya cha brahaspati savam nama samarebha krutottamam. Translation: Daksha began a sacrifice named Vajapaya, and he became excessively confident of his support by Lord Brahma. He then performed another great sacrifice named Brahaspati Seva. So,
Sava.
Brahaspati Sava,
Seva.
Sava, named Brahaspati Sava. So, those age is meant for sacrifice. So, this is before, this is Yuga of Satya Yuga, Prabhu.
Which one?
These are all happening in the Satya Yuga, right?
Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga.
Yeah, before Treta Yuga. So, sacrifices are introduced, dhyanam, and then sacrifices are introduced in Satya Yuga. But Treta Yuga was the one predominantly filled with sacrifices.
Yagna.
Yajna. But here, Daksha Prajapati is doing one after other sacrifices. In the Vedas, it is prescribed that before performing Brahaspati Sava sacrifice, one should perform a sacrifice named Vajapaya. While performing these sacrifices, however, Daksha neglected great devotees like Lord Shiva. According to Vedic scriptures, the demigods are eligible to participate in yajnas and share the oblations, but Daksha wanted to avoid them. All sacrifices are intended to pacify Lord Vishnu, but Lord Vishnu includes all his devotees. Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the other demigods are all obedient servants of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Lord Vishnu is never satisfied without them. So the Lord, they are all empowered devotees. The demigods are all empowered devotees, taking up different responsibilities to have the administration the worldly affairs. All demigods has their own responsibility. So in one sense, they are helping the Lord for the creation, maintenance, and dissolution or annihilation of this material creation. So they are so dear to him. Though Yajnapati is Lord Vishnu, he is the one Bhoktaram Yajnadapasam. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, he is the Maha Ishwar for all lokas, and he is the ultimate benefactor of all sacrifices. But still, what he does is he gives all respect to his lieutenants or his demigods who are in the service of the Lord. So without, if they are not invited, Lord is not happy. But Daksha, being puffed up with this, with his power, wanted to deprive Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva of participation in the sacrifice. Understanding that if one satisfies Vishnu, it is not necessary to satisfy his followers. But that is not the process. Vishnu wants his followers to be satisfied first. Lord Krishna says, Madbhaktya Puja Abhyadika. The worship of my devotees is better than the worship of me. Similarly, in the Shiva Purana, it is stated that the best mode of worship is to offer obeisance to the Vishnu. But better than that is worship of his devotees. Thus, Daksha determination to neglect Lord Shiva in the sacrifice was not befitting. So he must understand what is the mood of the Lord when he does any sacrifice. His idea of doing the sacrifice is to pacify and please Lord. But the Lord is here, is satisfied only when his devotees are given due respect and they are here in this case. Yeah, in this case, he is not being invited. That is a grave offense. So the Lord is not happy with what Daksha Prajapati is doing. So, Prabhuji, if you know about this one, these two kind of sacrifices in the verse, Brahaspati Sava and Vajpaya. Vajpaya is to be performed before Brahaspati Sava. That's what here Prabhupada is explaining. But Vajpaya is in one of the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, it explains 1,000 Vajpaya is equal to like that. I forgot that verse. It is each sacrifice has its own value in different given situations. But here it is mentioned that Vajpaya is to be performed before Brahaspati Sava. Yeah. Verse number 4. Tasmin Brahmashraya Sarve Devarishir Pitir Devata Asan Krita Swastyayanas Tat Patnyas Cha Sa Bharat Krita. Translation: while the sacrifice was being performed, many Brahma Rishis, great sages, ancestral demigods, and other demigods, their wives, all they are very nicely decorated with ornaments, attended from different parts of the universe. So, the purport: in any auspicious ceremonies such as marriage ceremony, sacrificial ceremony, or puja ceremony, it is auspicious for a married woman to decorate themselves very nicely with ornaments, fine clothing, and cosmetics. These are all auspicious signs. Many heavenly women assembled with their husbands, the Devarishis, demigods, and Rajarishis, in that great sacrifice named Brahaspati Sava. It is specifically mentioned in this verse that they approached with their husbands. For when a woman is decorated nicely, her husband becomes more cheerful. Thus, nice decorations, ornaments, and dress of the wives of the demigods and sages, and the cheerfulness of the demigods and sages themselves were all auspicious signs for the ceremony. So here the preparation for the ceremony is being explained, and the mood of the participants, the great sages and ancestral demigods and other demigods. They are coming from different planetary systems to attend this puja. So even in the modern day, we see when the families and relatives, when attend a function, they try to decorate themselves as much as possible. But in previous days, previous ages, all these were done for the pleasure of the Lord. Yes, yajna means yajnapati will be there. So Prabhupada says one devotee, if a devotee goes to temple, he should go in such a, the Matajis, they should go with full decoration for the pleasure of the Lord. But if we go, if we do all this to impress other devotees and the general public, then it's a grave offense. That's what Prabhupada says. Otherwise, there is no harm in going to temples with a full decoration. We can see in Vrajabhumi, the gopis, they decorate themselves for the pleasure of Krishna. They wear colorful dresses and then they paint their faces with the gopi dots so much nice that Krishna gets attracted to them. So in that context, all our dressings, the male dressing should be neat and clean for the pleasure of the Lord. For the female, decoration should be to attract the Lord. Here, in that understanding, all the devotees coming from different planetary system, the Brahma Rishis, Raja, great sages, ancestral demigods, and other people came in a different mood. But the greatest offense is happening is the demigods. Yesterday, quoting from second chapter, first verse or second verse, Srinivas Hari Prabhu was saying Lord Shiva was the spiritual master for the entire world. Material world. So that means he has to be invited in the front. Guru Ninda. If it is not that, if he's a spiritual master and if he's not invited properly, that is a what Prajapati Daksha doing was a grave mistake. In those days, devotees of the Lord, here in the purport, in the previous purport, Prabhupada was saying, Lord is more impressed with this, the giving due respect to his devotees. Even in the modern world, if we go to a rich man's or a political head's house, if we enter, he may be busy with so many things, and it is very less chance that we will be get any attraction towards him. He may not need to get any get our attention. But if he start playing with any of his grandchildren or even his pet animals, then his attention will go towards the person who entered. Who is that one who is playing with my dog? Who is playing with my grandson? Who is taking care of my son? Then he will start inquiring and he will invite us and we will get all respect. Similarly, to get the Lord's attention, we have to sufficiently give due respect to his devotees. That is the big mistake here Daksha is doing. If you see in southern part of the world, the Shiva's Bhaktas, Shiva Bhaktas are given more importance than worshipping the Lord Shiva. They worshipped the 9 Mars, the 63 of them, so that each one of them are glorified so much that the Lord Shiva himself will be pleased. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in every place, the glorification of the devotees are given. For that sake, Srimad Bhagavatam is completely glorifying the devotees more than the Lord. It is a pastimes between the Bhakta and Bhagavan. To that process, it's called Bhakti. So through Bhakti, the devotee shows his love towards Bhagavan. So these three are the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, here Bhaktas of Lord Shiva also, we see how Nandishwara was. Harishna? So many devotees are Lord Shiva were glorified like anything. If we ask each Shiva devotees, they will be very happy to say that I am the servant of the Shivanadiyars. Shivanadiyars means in Tamil Nadu we say they are the servants of Lord Shiva. They put themselves into the lowest position to get the attention of Lord Shiva. But here Lord Shiva himself is not invited. That's a big mistake Lord is doing here. If you see one or two devotees, how they were devoted to Lord Shiva, and then we can understand how deeply the Lord Shiva is attracted towards them. In one of the I forgot the Nayanar's name. One of the Nayanar's name. His duty was to train the military personnel in his kingdom. So he, being a Shiva devotee, he was worshipping the Lord Shiva like anything, and he put the ashes on his forehead regularly, and his duty is to train the army personnel, his armory, the sword fight, and many other things. And he became very famous. That the king liked him very much for his simplicity and doing any service as a service to the Lord Shiva. The whole country liked him. And he became a very famous military trainer. But one envious person in this country, he also in the same level, but he is not getting much popularity because he was an atheist person. So the people needs people, their role models to be some spiritual order. So here he wanted to challenge this person, the devotee trainer, and this what he said is, you are so much puffed up of your husband. And I said, I am simply doing as a service to my Lord, because my king also a Shiva Bhakta, and I am just doing to please him so that he can propagate the, the Lord Shiva's name. That is the only my goal. So it was going like this. And this atheistic Amari trainer, he said, if you are thinking that you are so talented, let us have a fight. I will bring my the best person. You bring your best person. We will do it. So being a humble person is that why should we have this one? You can go and show your prowess to the king, and you also become a devotee. But he will not accept you because you are not a devotee of the Lord Shiva. But the king said, if someone can defeat him by in any means, I can appoint that person as my like a Talapati, like that. And what happened? Both of them brought the best trained person, and in the fight, the devotees person won. But then what happened? The other person thought, why I should send him? We can fight ourselves. If you are ready, we can fight ourselves, because my trainer did not. This is actually a plot. This guy is doing a plot, knowing that he is a devotee. So the fight was going so fiercely. Finally, only one person has to win. This devotee person took the sword and tried to kill him. Came very close.
Prabhu, I have to go for a meeting with Srivalla Prabhu, Bangladesh. The problem is that she's called me. I'm just moving out. Okay.
Yeah. Please.
Srivalla Prabhu is calling. Okay.
Oh yeah, please. So what happened? He tried to kill him very close, and he saw the ashes on his forehead. Though he is an atheist, he knew that this devotee trainer will not kill him if he have this one. He can use that time to kill him. So he saw this word, oh, I am fighting with a devotee. I saw the ashes on his forehead, so he should be a devotee. Then he left him. To make the use of that, the other person started beating him very badly, and he raised his sword to kill him. By the time seeing the respect he gave for the Lord's paraphernalia, Lord Shiva appeared before him, and he gave him all blessings, and he chastised other person. So in this way, every single Nayanmar, they are so attached. The one of the most glorified Acharya or the Nayanmar is Kannappa Nayanar. This story is very famous. Out of the 663, maybe you all know him, but still I will tell that past time. There was in a place in Potapi in present day Andhra. There were two hunter family. Husband name was Nagan, and his wife was Tatai. And they got a son's name, Thinnam. Thinnan was his name, because they were all tribals. Their names was like this. The boy from the childhood is so brave. He used to go to forest with his father, and he knew all the tactics and the expert of hunting the wild animals or any animals. It is their duty, and that is their livelihood. They go kill animals and bring to the city and then sell that, and in a bottle they get other things. This was going on. In one day, this Thinnan was going into in the forest area. he saw some so wonderful positive vibration in one mountain, and then he went and looked at why it is so beautiful and so it's pleasing, and then he could see some nice fragrance coming from one area where he found one Shivalinga was there, and in that area it was so clean, some flowers and some prasadam was kept, and he ate it. Then he understood somebody came and offered him. The temple is called Tirukalahasti even today. So this he started developing love with this Shivalinga. So every day, whenever he enter into the forest, he go there and pray to him, and then and go. And finally, he saw that one day I saw the food offering to the Lord. Today is not there because the food was offered by a Brahmana who is coming from far from a village, and so he comes only once in fortnight only, not regularly. So this Thinnan, what he did, he started doing is, oh, I cannot make my Lord hungry for 15 days. So whatever I have to give him. So one day he will give boar meat, next day deer meat, next day something like that. He used to give this one, and he started seeing it's every day he come and clean and give a new meat that area. He cook in the forest something and started giving like that. But again, after 15 days, the Brahmana came and looked at the, oh my God, the animals made so nasty, this area. I have to clean up properly. Then what he did is, he cleaned that area. There was a river stream going nearby. He went and brought some nice water, cleaned up the Shivalinga, and put fresh flowers, and then he offered whatever he brought. Next day, this Thinnan came and saw this one. Oh, I was not doing cleaning every day, washing Shivalinga every day, so I have to start doing this one. So he cooked his food and then went to the river stream, and he didn't have any pot. So he filled water in his mouth and plucked, on the way he plucked some flower, and he spit water from his mouth on the Shivalinga to clean it. He did not know all these rituals, how to follow, do all that. And then cleaned it properly with this water from his mouth and put the flower around. And then all the meat, what he could, kept on the near the Shivalinga. So this was going on a daily basis. And the Brahmana, every time he come, he was started feeling so sad that initially he was thinking that it's an act of some wild animal in the forest. Now he understood somebody is doing deliberately. And then he was, Lord is saying, what is this, Lord? Somebody is doing this one. You are accepting that also as prasadam. It's simply killing an animal. I am doing all neat and so with all love and reverence, but you are accepting that also, that mine also. How come this will be equal kind of worship? And then the Lord came in mind. He said, the boy, the Thinnan who comes there, is so much love, attraction, affectionate to me, and he is also so much affectionate towards me. So he don't know all the Vedas rituals, what you are doing, and the way you do this one. So I am bound to accept both of this. In fact, his bhakti towards me is more than that of what you have. So hearing this Brahmana in his name, really, how can that be? I'm giving proper cleaning, putting very clean flowers, and I'm uttering all Vedic hymns. He's doing nothing. But still, how can you say his devotion towards you is more better than mine? And he said, if you have doubt, you can come and test. You can do. You can watch that. So next day, the Brahmana came and he hid himself behind a tree. And this Tinnan came and he saw, and while coming only, he was saying something inauspicious thing is happening to my Lord. I have to rush towards today. Then, as usual, he brought the water on his mouth and flower on his this one, and right hand he had the meat and his bow and arrow all is in back, and he is with a leather chapel. He stamped on all that auspicious place. This Brahmana was thinking, so ghastly this person. How come Lord gives him equal value like me? So he was looking at, and he so closely he see on the Shivalinga's eyes, blood was oozing out. Seeing the blood oozing out, the Thinnan became so much worried. What should I do? So he, being a tribal person, he knew that he spit all the water on his face and put the flour and all the eatables there, and he ran to the forest and brought some very special herbs, and he started crushing them and putting on the eyes where the blood oozing. And he saw it stopped, and after a while it started coming. And he understood that the eye of the Lord is so much damaged. He cannot have it more. All medicine, if this medicine is not working, then it is gone. I have to replace. So what he thought is, I have a bow and arrow. With my arrow, I will pierce one of my eye and put it into the Lord's eye, so that he will get his vision clear. So what he does is, he took his arrow and plucked his one of the eye and put it inside the eyes, and the blood stopped coming. So that, oh my God, he is very happy that the Lord has become cured now of these diseases. And he was so happy, though he lost his one eyes, through the other eyes he was looking. And for his surprise and sadness, the blood started oozing from the other eyes also. And he said, oh my God, I'm so happy that I have one more eye. I can do it right now. But then now he had a problem. If he remove that eyes, how I will know where to put? I will become blind. So with his this leather chapel, he put his leg onto the Lord and marked the spot of his eye with his right thumb of his right leg, and he pulled his arrow and started plugging. The Brahmana was really amazed by seeing what he's doing. Nobody can think about this, what he's doing. And seeing his devotion, Lord Shiva appeared before him, and he blessed him. I just came here, did all this to play with you for your love for me. And he paid obeisances. And the Brahmana also invited Brahmana and see, because of his love, I could give you darshan. So because of Thinnans, so when he, in the Tamil, Kanna Appa means Appa means is placing the Kanna means eye. So from that day onwards, he was called Kannappa Nayanar. So this is the case of devotees. All the 64 Nayanmars, if you see, all of them had wonderful relations with Shiva. So the Shiva is pleased when his devotees are glorified. Same as Lord Vishnu. In the Durvasa Ambarish Maharaj story, we came to know how much he is becoming Aswatantra, is not independent when the devotees are offended. Then he said, I cannot do anything. When Sudarshan came out, it came out without my knowledge. And if you, Durvasa, if you want to get pardoned, you go to that devotee and seek his mercy and his forgiveness. Then you will be, then my Sudarshana will get pacified. But here, Daksha is doing a grave mistake. He is not inviting Lord Shiva himself. So Lord Shiva, though he is equipoised and such an elevated personality, his devotees are not happy. Hare Krishna, will stop here. As I seek forgiveness because I did not prepare properly today. The last 5 minutes before only I came to know that I am going to speak today. So whatever came in my mind, I spoke. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So wonderful. Even if you are not prepared, you know, you are like a today's devotee. Your love for the Lord to glorify Him and His devotees. You know, that is transferred. That is transparent, and that is what you have shown in your
Krishna.
service, yeah, to Lord and devotees. So whether you are prepared or not prepared is irrelevant. And even without preparation, due to your commitment, you know, we all feel as if you are prepared. You know so many things to tell. So
Yeah.
don't know that you are not prepared, and we don't have to know. what we have to really understand and is that how we have to be nice devotees, how we have to glorify
Yes.
the Lord, how to do our service to our Guru and devotees and Gauranga. I think this is very so. We are happy you conducted class in spite of Mataji's schedule, and wonderful, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Ansha, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Did you like the story?
Yes, Prabhuji. Tennan. He just took off his eyes to give Lord Shiva how much love he had.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
I had one question. It is not related to class, but I have this confusion. Can I ask, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. If I can, I will.
Yes, Prabhuji. So on 7th September, it is Krishna Janmashtami, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah. So 7th September. Yes, first week of exact date I have to check. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. In the Vaishnava calendar, it is showing 7th September. And then the
Okay.
next day, it is Srila Prabhupada's appearance day.
Correct.
And there it is fasting till noon.
Yeah.
So Prabhuji, first question is, how can I fast on Janmashtami? Like it's totally nirjala or can we take Ekadashi Prasadam?
For Ekadashi, for Janmashtami,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Janmashtami Nirjal, and after midnight we can break with Anukalpa Prasadam, not feast. Okay,
Okay,
something like a non-grain prasad, we can break it. And for Prabhupada appearance day, until noon we can fast. And that day is called Nandotsav.
yes,
Prabhupada appearance day and Nandotsav on same day. So that day evening we can have a grand feast.
okay, Prabhuji.
So Prabhupada appearance day half day only fast. That is
yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, on Krishna Janmashtami it's nirjala.
better to have Nirjal.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll try my best to do nirjala.
Yeah.
And then there is Anukalma Prasadam. And then next day in the after afternoon we can take the feast.
Yeah, even in the morning you can have some banana or something like that. After noon time you can have grain prasad also. But evening we have normally we used to have Nandotsav prasad. Even if it permits, you can have lunch also, a grand feast.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Hare.
Pranam.
Is there any questions, comments?
Nothing. No question.